Hey guys, Trevor Kimball here with Integrity Practice Sales, and today I'm going to discuss annual calendar planning. 2023 is right around the corner, and so now is the time. If you want to take more vacation this year while still producing at a high level and collecting at a high level, then this is the system for you. It's something that I don't see very many doctors doing. So it's a very simple, it's practical, it's straightforward, it's easy to grasp. But again, most doctors aren't doing this, and it'll give you an edge. For honestly, it's about work-life balance. It's not necessarily about crushing the competition or doing something, it's just, hey, do you want to take more vacation while still having a consistent business that runs like month over month? You're still kind of churning out production, you're collecting consistently. Then this is the video for you. This is what it's all about. This is annual calendar planning. So let's dive in. Step one is determining your financial requirement. What do you need to produce every month? So let's start and let's just have a hypothetical practice. We've got a solo doctor working 4 days a week, and this doctor wants to produce $100,000 every month. Great. Very doable. And so let's say that's about 16 days a month, 100,000 divided by 16. Each day, the office needs to produce $6,250 worth of dentistry. $6,250. If we break that up between hygiene and the doctor, we could just say that the hygiene goal for each day, if there's one hygienist also working 4 days a week, would be $1,250, and the doctor has to produce $5,000 a day. Great, very doable. So now that we kind of have identified this, we need 16 days with $6,250 worth of production. Okay, so now we can go to the calendar, and this is where it gets fun. So we start with just our year-at-a-glance calendar. You can go online, print one up. I actually like to physically print it up and start writing on it, but here I've pulled a 2023 calendar that you can see. This is next year. And so the first thing I do is I go through and I mark off holidays. So you're going to mark off the holidays that you celebrate and that you take off in your practice, most importantly. And so I've just marked some here. It's really what you take off. So I've marked off some common ones. And then you're going to go through and count how many working days are in each month. So in January, I actually have 18. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 4 weeks, and then a Monday, Tuesday at the end there. So 16 plus 2, 18 days. So I've done this for every month, and you can start to see, hey, some months are short. November only has 14 working days. February only has 15. August, on the other hand, has 19. And if we start looking at this and thinking, okay, maybe there are days where we could add a Friday in order to take an entire week off and still be at about 16 days of production. That's what we want to do. And the idea here is that you can actually do this yourself and then sit down with your team and say, hey guys, here's what's going on. I want to take more vacation this year. I want more extended periods of time off. But what you're able to do with this system is say, hey, here's our goal. All of our expenses are kind of benchmarked against this goal. Honestly, if we hit this goal, then you can offer more PTO to your team and still be within the bounds of normal because you guys are consistently hitting your goal. So that's what we're trying to do here. So let's take a look at this year. And I've marked off a few places where I think we can actually find some weeks. So one would be in January, end of January, beginning of February. Now this is a really tricky one because obviously if we take 2 days off in February, we're way down on days here. And so we might want to work on the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th, 3 Fridays, but we get that whole last week of January, first week of February off. Now you're probably scheduled that far ahead at this point, but this is how you want to do it, and you can kind of keep approaching it this way. You can grab 2024 in September and start thinking through it. So a few other ones I found here that would be good. You could take some time off in March as well if you wanted to, but a classic here would be May, working say 2 Fridays in May and then taking 1 day off in June, and I marked the one potential Friday in June there to keep our 16 days. But by working 1 Friday in June, you're able to take this entire last week of May off because that would be Memorial Day there. So you can take the week of Memorial Day off rather than just Memorial Day. And you would accomplish this by potentially working some Fridays in May or that 1 Friday in June. Another great one here is that whole last week of August. If we work 1 Friday, we can basically take off from the 24th of August, that last Thursday you work, all the way to the 5th of September. That's a huge break. But because of all the days in August, it's actually a really good one for you to take. There's so many production days. October has production days. And then we can kind of look ahead also and say, hey, November really only has 14 production days. Maybe we want to consider adding a Friday or two in November. And then you can start thinking, well, gosh, man, maybe we want to really focus on upping that production goal. Maybe instead of producing $6,200 a day, we want to do $8,000 days. We're going to add some hygiene here, and I'm going to, focus on my block booking or focus on my scheduling or whatever you're doing. Focus on your case presentation. You want to get those days higher. And if you do that, then maybe you would consider working 15 days a month. And then you can actually have a lot more options with the way that you calendar plan. Or maybe you want to be, maybe you're working Monday through Friday, but there are certain places here where it would make sense to take a week off for the practice. This is an opportunity for you to rest and recharge. If you're not interested in that, then that's fine. This probably isn't the system for you. But if you're like most dentists and you want time to recharge your batteries, to rest, to spend some time with your family, while still producing consistently month over month. So we don't have these bad months where we're draining the bank account. We don't have these periods where we think, man, what's going on? I'm busy, but the month isn't working out. Annual calendar planning can help you kind of break through that, and with a little bit of foresight, a little bit of planning ahead, make a schedule that's perfect for you and your team, maximizing the time you have. So now's the time. Grab a 2023 year in advance calendar, mark off those holidays, figure out, what your production goals are, how many days a week you're working, and then try and find some optimal, it's almost like a puzzle. It's sort of fun. Find some optimal weeks where you can take the week off, talk to your team about it. They should be excited about it too. It's more time off for them. And honestly, if you guys are hitting your goal, you can even offer additional PTO. You can offer some of this as PTO. Now, don't go crazy, see what everybody's thinking, but you could, if you're hitting your goal, you could potentially offer more PTO. So those are some options, things to think about as you look forward to 2023. So as we approach the end of the year, wishing everybody a happy new year. But regardless of what time of year it is or when you're watching this video, annual calendar planning is something exciting and it brings a lot to the table. Thanks for watching. My name is Trevor Kimball. I'm with Integrity Practice Sales. And if you found this video interesting, head over to integritypracticesales.com. Also, subscribe, all those sorts of things. All right. Thanks a lot.